Klobuchar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Welcome again, Judge. Since I have the draw to always follow Senator Cruz, I did want to make one thing clear after listening to that for a half hour, that Joe Biden is Catholic and he is a man of faith. And then I want to turn to something else, and that is that we need a reset here, in my mind, for the people at home, a bit of a reality check. That this isn't normal right now. We have to understand that what people are dealing with, that 7.7 million people have gotten this virus, that 214,000 Americans have died. And for people watching at home and wondering what we're all doing in this room right now, and maybe you're home because you lost your job, or maybe you got your kids crawling all over your couch right now. Maybe you're trying to teach your first grader how to do a mute button to go to school. Or maybe you've got a small business that you had to close down or that's struggling. We should be doing something else right now. We shouldn't be doing this. We should be passing coronavirus relief like the House just did, which was a significant bill that would have been a big help. And I think people have to know that right now. Whether you're Democrat, Independent, or Republican. And that's why I started out yesterday by telling people that they need to vote. Number two, some of my colleagues throughout this hearing on the other side have been kind of portraying the job that the judge is before us on as being some kind of ivory tower exercise. I think one of my friends called it related that you'd be dealing with the dormant commerce clause. Well, I'm sure that might be true, but we also know that this is the highest court in the land, that the decisions of this court have a real impact on people. And I appreciated, Judge, that you said that you didn't want to be a queen. I actually wouldn't mind being a queen around here, if the truth be known. I wouldn't mind doing it, and kind of a benevolent queen and making decisions so we could get things done. But you said you wouldn't let your views influence you and the like, but the truth is the Supreme Court rulings, they rule people's lives. They decide if people can get married. They decide what schools they can go to. They decide if they could even have access to contraception. All of these things matter. So I want to make that clear. And the third reset here that I think we need to have is that this hearing is not normal. It is a sham. It is a rush to put in a justice. The last time that we had a vacancy so close to an election was when Abraham Lincoln was president. And he made the wise decision to wait until after the election. The last time we lost a justice so close to an election. That's what he did. Today, we are 21 days from the election. People are voting. Millions of people have already cast their ballots. And I go to the words of Senator McConnell. The last time we had a situation in election year, he said, the American people should have a voice in the selection of their next Supreme Court justice. Therefore, this vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president. That set the precedent that so many of you have embraced, or at least you did a few years ago, and that is that in an election year, the people choose the president, and then the president nominates the justice. So why is this happening? Well, that's a good question. This guy, our president, he is the one that decided to plop a Supreme Court nomination in the middle of an election when people's health care is on the line with a case before the court on November 10th. So let's see what he said about the